Hi, it's Teresa from Dodge Nature Center, and time for another Nature to Go. Now, I don't know about you, but this has sure been a weird winter. Very different than last year when we had a ton of snow. In fact, I kind of haven't used my snow shovels or snow blower at all this winter yet because there has been so little snow. And that's okay, because that's given me time to do one of my all-time favorite things, which is to sit around and read. But when we start thinking about outdoors and the things that are living outside, when there's no snow on the ground, how does that impact all the things that are living outdoors, the plants and animals that are out there? Animals like possums weren't normally here in the wintertime, but as our winters have been warming, they've been showing up more often. The problem is those animals that usually are here in the winter have adaptations for being out in the cold and the snow. So for instance, take this weasel. Can you see the weasel at all? Well, let's get a little closer. Yeah, once you get a little closer, then you can pick it out even though it's white on white. Gives this animal the great advantage of being able to sneak up on prey and avoid being hunted by predators like owls or hawks. But a year like this, when there's no snow on the ground, look at how that white makes it stand out against the dark ground. So for an animal like this, a short-tailed weasel, they can't control when they change their coat color. And if they get stuck in a winter like ours, when there isn't any snow, they're stuck with that white coat until spring when they start growing in their brown summer coat. For a lot of other animals, snow is valuable for a totally different reason. The snow provides a blanket that they're going to be living underneath. About 6 inches of snow can help hold the temperature that's coming from the earth itself and create a very warm world that the animals can be living under. See those lines in the snow? Those are vole trails. Voles spend most of their time underneath the snow where they're not seen by predators. They are able to stay warm. They look for food down there. And then you'll find holes in the snow where the voles have come out up onto the surface before they head right back down inside the snow again. So in a winter like we have now, there's no snow, there's no cover. Something like a vole is much more easily spotted by predators. Snow cover also benefits hibernating animals. That layer of snow is helping to keep the ground warm, and those hibernating animals are using energy in order to maintain their body functions, though at a much lower level when they're hibernating. But if there's no snow cover and we have cold snaps, like we did a couple of weeks ago, the ground gets so much colder that those animals start using their energy reserves more quickly. In some cases, they'll wake up and they'll leave their burrow, not just to check their shadow on Groundhog Day, but when they come out, they're not going to be able to find food to eat. And so this causes all kinds of other problems for these hibernating animals that aren't being insulated with the snowpack. But it's not just the animals that this lack of snow can be hurting. The plants are also being hurt as well. Mainly that's because cold temperatures are able to sink down into the ground deeper, and that can actually damage the root systems. And with no snow, we don't have that spring snowmelt to recharge the lakes, the streams, the aquifers, all the groundwater systems. The world using the snow, it's only here for a short amount of time, but scientists are starting to understand that this is a critically important time impacting the lives of plants and animals way beyond our winter season. Researchers from the University of Wisconsin-Madison are what are known as winter ecologists, and they're studying what is going on with the winter world, because as one of the biologists, Jonathan Pauly, said, and I quote, "Without snow, plant and animal life would be completely different," end quote. So we've got our winter world, and we may be enjoying the fact that there's no snow out there right now, but it's making for a different world. And are the plants and animals going to be able to adapt to change when these changes are happening? Or is this just kind of a weird anomaly year? Nature is definitely not boring. Always something new to learn. Maybe by the next time we get together, there'll be snow on the ground. But in the meanwhile, thanks for joining me for this episode of Nature to Go, and we'll talk to you again next time.